Hello everyone, this is Chakawat here, and welcome to the 54th Dream Vlog. You may notice that it is different behind me. I think this is the first time that I've filmed a vlog with my new background. Perhaps, maybe it's not. So if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. But yeah, these are all my books. My comics are down here. I wanted to maximize my space, so I have new Funkos. You can see all my little James Bond Funko Pops because I love James Bond. Anyway, on to the dream, which was more of an anthology. Honestly, this is 3 stories. So it started with my mom and I going into this classroom and sitting in a line with other students and their parents. Now the classroom looked a lot like the classroom that last year, when in my junior year, I took AP Music Theory in, so it's familiar settings. But I got really nervous because you know how since we've been in this pandemic for over a year now, I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, but you have dreams where you're like in public and you're like, oh my god, I don't have my mask. Like that was me in the classroom. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have my mask. So I covered my mouth with my hand and I buried it into my mom's shoulder because no one else had a mask, and I was really nervous because there was no social distancing. But anyway, the teacher went down the line of kids and asked them each what their favorite song was and to play it. Now everyone played like really obscure songs that probably don't exist. They were just in my head. And they were from like video games or movies that aren't real. One kid played this theme song from apparently an old video game, an old racing game, and as the kid played the song, I found myself on the 8-bit racetracks of this game, you know, driving up and down, and the main character of this game was a blue robot with red eyes and this permanent, like, you know how the mouths of robots look, like it lights up and it's just permanent, their facial expression. Well, his was a permanent yellow frown. And it was really strange. The next one, this boy played like this Avengers theme / Mordor theme from the Lord of the Rings. Like the like that part. Sorry, my throat hurts. And this definitely isn't going to help because this is Coke. But anyway, and of course, like I did with the 8-bit game, I found myself in Mordor, and a lot of the Avengers were there, and this is probably because my parents have been watching a lot of MCU stuff. And so I was going around, and there was this big campground, and that's where a lot of the Avengers were, and a lot of other, I mean, the one I remember the most was Rocket Raccoon was there, and so was Groot, and Groot was like growing up. And so there was a bunch of people there, and it was really, really dark because we were in Mordor, but it was like pitch black. The ground was black, the walls of everything were pitch dark, like dark as night. Couldn't see anything. So there were lots of torches and campfires around, and those kind of lit up some of the places. Sorry, my cat is, I keep looking that way because my cat just keeps like doing stuff. I need to, I'm sorry, I'm being so distracted. But anyway, so there were lots of campfires and stuff, and then my dream changed. So we're on second anthology. Okay. So this dream changed to center around Frog and Toad. And this is super tragic. This is super tragic dream. But I love Frog and Toad so much. And I sat in my little chair and I read the entire collection last night. So that's probably why that they were in my dream. But this wasn't really Frog and Toad. They were people, like human beings. And Frog had to go into the city to go to an office meeting because apparently he worked in an office. And I wasn't really there. I was just kind of observing. It was one of those dreams where you just kind of watch. And so he came into the office, and it was like an old-fashioned kind of office. Everything was a dark brown and stuff. And he looked really sad. I don't know if, I doubt anyone has seen the movie Monsieur Hir. It's a French film from the 80s, but he kind of looked like how the main actor looks in that movie. So if you look that, he was just taller and a little more, I don't know, I want to say older, and he had blue eyes, because I'm pretty sure that actor has brown eyes. But anyway, watch that movie, it's a really good one. And so that's what he looked like, and he was really, really sad. So I followed him home, and I found out that him and Toad had broken up. Absolutely tragic. Worst thing to ever happen in the entire universe. Frog and Toad broke up, and he was now dating this Bluebird, which, screw that Bluebird, it's not Toad. And this made me so sad, so I ran away because I was just so upset. And then, third part of the dream, I was in my paternal grandma's house, and it was very wide and very colorful, so it wasn't really her house like in real life. And my dad had brought me home some rice from my favorite fast food restaurant, which is Naf Naf Grill. I love Naf Naf Grill because I'm a vegan and they have a lot of stuff I can eat. And yeah, they're just so yummy. Falafel, rice, whatever, they have it. And so I wanted rice, and so he got me this rice, but it wasn't the right rice because it had cheese in it and it tasted bad. But then he had to go to work, so I'm like, okay, I'll walk to Naf Naf and I'll get the rice for myself. So I started out on my walk. I had to walk through this humongous field, and there were so many people there. They were all wearing wild and wacky costumes, and I was joined by my childhood best friend's younger brother, who was dressed in like this sparkly outfit, and he was part of this musical theater program of this school that was quite literally like spilling out into the field. Like it just opened up. There were no walls, and the students and the classrooms were just spilling out into the field. So I was walking along and I was jogging, and I was actually having a really good time because I liked this feeling of community with all the students, and it was really sunny and the weather was nice. And I walked to Naf Naf, and then I sat down, I realized I didn't have my money, so I ran back home, and my friend's brother came with me, and we were just talking all the way there, and we kind of reflected on our friendship and stuff, and how we kind of were friends automatically because of me being friends with his sister. And true story, kind of. I hope they don't watch this, that would be really weird. Anyway, and so I got home and I got my wallet and I was like, hey Mom, hey Grandma, it's really nice outside, it's a great day for a jog. And they were like, yeah, sure, and they seemed really depressed. Ugh, cat hair again. This is what happens when you live with cats. And even worse, it's in my Coca-Cola. And so they seemed really depressed, and when I went out of the house, I was like, they seem really depressed. Oh well. And I ran back to Naf Naf, and then they didn't have the rice that I wanted. I was like, can I just get the basmati rice, please? And they were like, no, we don't have that anymore. We only have the cheesy rice. And I was so upset, and then I woke up. I woke up riceless. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my video, and yeah, that's it. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye!
And a 1 and a 2. My dreams are so awesome. My dreams are so rad.
So as many of you know, I am a citizen of the USA, and currently our country is suffering from a crisis at the border. Immigrants seeking asylum in the U.S. are being detained. Families are being separated and kept in detention centers in horrible conditions. All of it is scary and horrible, and a bit hard to come to terms with. So until things start getting better, I'm placing this message at the end of all of my videos to try to use what little influence I have to bring awareness and help. There are a number of things you can do to help. One of the simplest things is to donate to Immigrant Families Together, who are fundraising money to pay the bonds of detained immigrants and also provide necessities to families such as hygiene products, food, and shelter. This organization is also looking for volunteers. You can also take direct action by calling your state's government's officials and try to make your voice heard, and also refuse to let your taxes go to fund these facilities. There are many groups online that are looking for help to make sure these people are treated like human beings and receiving the help they desperately need. Let's prove that there is still hope for humanity and help solve this crisis in the most humane way possible. Remember, showing kindness isn't political. It's just the right thing to do. Thank you.